It started as a dream, a challenge, a test of skill, strategy, and endurance. From the very first match, through the grinding battles, the impossible comebacks, and the heartbreaks, each moment has led us here. A road paved with triumph and defeat, where only the strongest survived. They have fought through the gauntlet, proving themselves against the best, rising above the rest. Now only a few remain. The stage is set, the lights are on, and history is waiting to be written. This is the final battlefield. Welcome to the Parallel Prime Championship, where legends are made.
Hi guys, Six Beach here. Welcome to the Road to Prime interview here with one of the top 16 players for the Parallel Prime Championship over at HyperX Arena, Luxor, Las Vegas, which will happen next week. And we have one of the players from OneTurnTilt. His name is DualNote. DualNote, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you for having me today.
Yes. Thank you for giving your time to be interviewed as one of the top 16. But we want to get to know you. The audience wants to get to know you. And of course, for those who are not playing TCGs, maybe this will inspire them as well. Because the first question is going to be, tell us your TLDR story as a competitive TCG player. And we all know, of course, your team, OneTurnTilt. So tell us your story, DualNote.
Okay, so when I was growing up as a kid, I watched a lot of anime, and an anime that struck me was Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Made me fond of trading card games, even if I don't have any idea of what's going on. And then my parents got me some physical copies of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I could still vividly remember just bringing out those Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and watch the anime all together. And I also played a lot of different strategy games such as Pokemon, chess, and Warcraft 3. And Warcraft 3 was one of my favorite games that led me to try Hearthstone while I was browsing the Battle.net app one time. I played Hearthstone casually, and when I was in college during the pandemic, where I had some time to burn, I joined a local Facebook group to have someone to finish the challenge of friend quest in Hearthstone to get some bonus gold to buy some packs. And from there, I saw people posting Mogul Hearthstone tournaments. So that was 6 years ago, and it ran multiple times daily. And I was like, why not give this a shot? And from there, I basically just enjoyed and got addicted to the thrill of competing and started to join some local Hearthstone tournaments where I did okay, but the card collection in Hearthstone limited me in playing the decks that I want to play. I was limited to only budget decks, and I then tried different trading card games such as Pokemon TCG, Shadowverse, Legends of Frontera, which I competed shortly, and Gods Unchained, which is a Web3 TCG. And just a fun short backstory, the team that I am part of now, OneTurnTilt, was originally Gods Unchained Philippines. It then transitioned to OneTurnTilt to be a multi-TCG rather than focusing on one TCG. So OneTurnTilt basically introduced me to Parallel, where the timing was just on point for me. I just finished college and I saw how promising the competitive scene in Parallel TCG is, and I then committed to compete in Parallel full-time.
Yeah, that's
And that's it,
amazing.
basically.
Amazing story, man. Lots of different titles that were mentioned there. We have Yu-Gi-Oh, we have Hearthstone, we have Parallel. We have Shadowverse, Gods Unchained. Yeah, we have LOR, and then now into Parallel. And yeah, it's amazing that a lot of these games are actually being played by some of the TCG players or non-TCG players as well at some point in their lives. So I think they can definitely relate to as to your journey, and we're happy that you're playing in the competitive scene right now for Parallel. But of course, for the next question, is going to be related to your competitiveness or competitive scene or competitive experience over at Parallel. What is your largest achievement in Parallel TCG so far, with being in the top 16 as the exception?
Okay, so my best achievement so far is the Parallel League Qualifier 1, which I got top 4. Which it doesn't have any money involved, but it gave me points for the Parallel League, which is very useful.
Nice, nice. So that's already like springboarded you. So most of your points came from that, or and also leaderboard places, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Mostly from leaderboard and tournaments.
Nice, nice. That's consistency right there, guys. Leaderboards every season. I remember Dual Note getting top 100 as well with other One Turn Tilt members. So this is amazing to see. And he got to the knockout stages with some of those points, and of course, as he mentioned, top 4 placement for one of the qualifiers, which is amazing as well. So, talking about the Parallel Prime Championship, which is going to be happening in Las Vegas. I want to know, of course, how you have been preparing for this championship.
So basically, I just continue playing the game daily, and random times during the day, I keep of thinking of different decks and what cards to consider on each deck. And if a deck or an idea struck me, I'll
Mhm,
just build the deck and scream with someone to get a feel for the deck. I'm
mhm.
also trying out different decks to see what's currently available to me. And sometimes, even when I'm going to sleep or taking a bath, parallel is just keeps on spinning on my head, and I
Yeah.
keep on trying to picture ideas.
Yeah. So, like, have you been scrimming with some of your guild members?
Yes, I have been screaming with some of my One Turn Tilt fellow members
Yeah. Oh,
daily.
that's amazing. Like daily, you have to do it daily, guys, because just playing by on the leaderboard is kind of a one-off. You get to test one deck, but there are different scenarios that are non competitive or non tournament related. So having scrims with your friends would actually definitely help. And talking about other players, other members, are there any specific matchups or players you're particularly excited or nervous about facing?
This is in Worlds, right? So
Yes, yes, Parallel
okay,
Prime
so
Championship. Yeah,
okay, okay. So to be honest, I'm basically excited to play anyone at Worlds because at this point, I know that all of the players who qualified are really good,
yeah,
and I am familiar with all of them since I've faced them at least once in ladder or in a tournament this year.
yeah.
Also, when I played the game, I got this mindset from competing in chess in high school and in college, where I don't really think much about who my opponent is.
Mm-hmm.
I think of my opponents as basically AI with the best and optimal plays, and I
Mm-hmm.
just try to fully focus on the things that I can do to play the right optimal plays and to beat the opponent before me.
Wow, that's a nice perspective right there. Like being excited to play to face other players, but not putting a face to the players, so to speak. And they're gonna be having. You're gonna be expecting that they're gonna be playing the optimal plays, so you have to
Yeah,
outplay them as well. So that's amazing. And you don't. That's putting them at a pedestal, and he's not even downplaying them because they're really good competitors. And uh, there have been some challenges, right? I've gotten wind of Benzoken not getting the visa to get to the Parallel Prime Championship, and you've had some challenges as well. So, what has been your biggest challenge leading up to this event, and how have you overcome it?
so basically, my biggest challenge so far leading to Worlds was basically acquiring a US visa.
Yeah.
So I had no previous job since I just recently graduated from college, and I just basically prepared for the interview. And when the interview came, I was just confident in answering the questions that the visa interviewer was throwing at me.
Hmm.
And basically, it was 75% stress from the visa and
Yeah.
just 25% from qualifying in the knockouts.
Yeah, yeah, I do agree with you. I also applied for a visa. I wasn't expecting it to be nerve wracking because it's a make or break moment for us
Yeah.
Filipinos, and also not just Filipinos but also esports athletes like you. I've known some people in the scene or in my circle who haven't been able to apply for a US visa and have missed a lot of opportunities. So definitely a good blessing, and good to know that you've overcome the challenge of getting that visa as well. So it's already one step towards the opportunity to becoming a champion. Anyway, so next question: if you win, okay, let's look at this scenario. If you win, what would this championship mean to you and your competitive journey?
Okay, so if I win, it will be definitely life changing for me. From just a kid enjoying watching Yu-Gi-Oh to someone who competed and became the world champion, winning will basically be a testament to the entire year where I faced a lot of challenges and I went with my instinct or my gut to fully commit in competing rather than getting a typical full-time job. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. So what's okay? One follow up question.
Okay,
How,
okay.
what percentage are you gonna be spending to buy some perfect loops or avatars or NFTs in parallel? Like, just give us a ballpark. I think you're the guy. You're one of the guys that will probably bring it back to the economy. But yeah, and
Yeah,
also staking for prompt. What
taking.
percentage?
So around 15%, I think, to 20% to on cards, then around 75% on Prime to stake for prompt, basically. And some the remaining money just I'll make it a minimum like 10 or 5% to spend, or mostly 90% of the entire winnings I'll just fully invest on different things.
Yeah, right. Like he's thinking, of course, guys, that the parallel assets are gonna be, kind of investments because if you're really invested into the game, it's up to you, right, guys? Like what we have enjoyed, our player journey or our journey as players, like we just enjoy the game and we want to like invest more into the game, and that's just it. That's all what Dual Note will be doing if he wins the Parallel Prime Championship. And with that, of course, before we conclude our interview, any last words for anyone who wants to be a competitive Parallel TCG player or who wants to play Parallel TCG?
So for basically anyone who wants to try the game, if you basically have a Windows or a phone, you can play it on mobile. It's basically free to play, and you have nothing to lose to just try out the game out, and it's really fun and addicting.
All right, very concise answer or words from Dual Note. And take note, guys, mobile is going to be coming soon. Not yet today, but someday in the near future, we'll be having Parallel TCG Mobile. And if you are in Las Vegas, make sure to visit the Luxor over at the HyperX Arena. We're going to be having the Parallel Prime Championship. And we would love to have you there as the audience. But if you're not, make sure to watch over at Twitch or all of our social channels over at Parallel League to watch the Parallel Prime Championship. And with that, guys, this has been Dual Note and myself, XUltraPH. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.